guys want to know the number, it's 1577 in case you want to look it up in your own.
I'll just call that number 1.
But anyway, it comes from 2 different words. It comes from ek, which means out from and to, and kaleo, which means to call. So properly it means people called out from the world and to God, the outcome being the church. It brings them from the world and to each other as a group of people that believe in God, that love God, and stuff like that. So, in other words, it means the universal total body of believers whom God called out from the world and into his eternal kingdom. So again, that goes with what we were talking about. It's not just a physical building, because back when Jesus, roamed around, he literally roamed around, and he would plant churches by instilling the Word of God in people, and those people would form groups that then talked about God and believed in God, and would spread the word to other people around them, and that's how the church grew, because the knowledge of God grew in the people around in the community, or in their own families. So with that in mind, if we want to know the church as family and community, let's take a look at those words then. Let's take a look at family and community. And I do have fill-ins, but I didn't make copies, so I only have 2. So 2 of you can have it if you want to fill stuff in. If you happen to like filling stuff in, or we don't have to do that, and I can just
if it's not Mad Lib, I'm good.
Paper. We got church, community. So what does? Oh, sorry. Oh, it's way over there now. I threw it.
Did you spell one of them wrong?
No, I meant to put family, not church. But I looked up and saw the word church. And so I wrote church. I meant to put family. So when preparing for this message, I was like, what can I put? I like videos. What video should I put? And so I was gonna put when you guys see family, what do you guys think of?
Family Guy.
Huh? Family Guy. I would not have put that, but okay. Nice to know where your mind is.
Family Matters.
Full House.
Family.
Full House.
Full House. Okay. I'm thinking more cartoon.
More cartoon.
Simpsons.
Grey's
I
Anatomy.
didn't know what he was thinking of The Simpsons.
I wonder where he's going with that.
Flintstones.
Ohana means family. So I was going to
Family means no one gets left behind or forgotten.
Yeah. So I was going to play those clips of Lilo and or Stitch and or her sister. Nani? I was going to...
I think they should bring back Lilo and Stitch.
We were going to all have a feels.
I was going to flashback
Because
to childhood.
the cool thing
I love
is
the
that
TV series they had.
is that, a whole family thing, we think of... What do we think of when we think of
Well, I
family?
mean,
was
usually
just
you
gonna
go
tell
to
what
like
you think.
the
I don't wanna tell you
immediate
what you think.
biological
That
idea.
defeats the purpose of this whole discussion. I don't want to tell you what you're supposed to think. I want you to think on your own. So
You need to go like the
we can either go
blood
around the
relation.
room,
Around
not
the room.
physically. I don't want you to get up. Or we can I can just someone can say I want to go first. Who wants? Yeah. What do you when you the word family? What does it make you think of? What is a family? What do you think a family should be? Not necessarily. What do you?
I mean, the first thing you'd probably think of when you think family.
Not me. You.
Well, I mean, group-wise, not you specifically. When you think of family, usually the first thing your mind would go to is like the biological sense, like the blood relation, brothers, sisters, mothers,
Right.
fathers, aunts, uncles.
Right.
You stole mine.
But then there's also family in the sense of unity between friends. Like, if you have one friend who's stuck with you through some of your roughest times, and you stuck with them through some of their roughest, you feel more like your brothers and best friends.
Little brethren.
One of them.
Little brethren.
Cool. No, that's really good. Anybody else want to have anything to Add to that or take away? Anything?
I wanna go to
What do you
bed.
think of family? You don't know? Okay. What about you, Linda? What he said. Love that answer. It's the first person to talk, so everybody's just like, what he said, what he said. Anybody else?
That's a
David's
good
like,
idea.
you took mine. Ah.
You took
Got
mine.
nothing.
Like
I know all
ancestry?
about it, man.
Ancestry.
I wish it was
they can,
free, like it-
bring that
I create dinosaurs on my phone. I know all about DNA.
you know, like ancestry, like you
I
can
played
find
Jurassic Park.
your
Alright.
people,
Not
Yeah,
just the Jurassic
Ancestry.com.
World Alive
Yeah.
game.
That's right. Find your people.
and you can buy that box where you can like
You stab yourself and
Hey.
get blood all over.
give them blood and they can figure out your DNA.
Yeah.
And I'm like, 'cause my cousin did it, and we found people in Germany.
You found people in Germany?
Yeah.
Showed up at their house and like,
No,
come to me.
no, he
You're like,
called
"What's
them like.
We're family. I need money.
So we
No,
got a little
No,
family.
I get what you're saying. No,
Yeah.
you
We need
found
money.
heritage. You found where your
Give me
family
some
came
money.
from. Like,
Germany.
cool. I see.
I'm German.
I'm
I
also
do.
My
German.
grandmother's
I'm
German, like off the boat.
I'm also
I'm major
German.
German.
Czechoslovakia.
It's weird, a lot of us are German.
Like old school. Anyway,
That's why I'm white.
but let's talk about your family though, because you have a unique family currently, right? What happened? Tell me about what happened.
My dad met Marianne,
All right.
then 6 months later, I don't know how long it was, they got married. Then Sophie became my stepsister. Alice became my stepsister. Then, yeah.
Right. So you took two separate families
And
and
combined them together.
combined them
I
together.
mean, technically.
It wasn't just
I have
like myself. I married Sarah,
Yeah,
and then we
technically do.
created a family. You had two separate families,
Mhm.
and then you came together, and now you're one family.
I technically have
One big
three.
family who
You
likes
have three. Wow.
My dad had a daughter before me and Connor and the other two.
I didn't know that.
didn't
I
either.
don't even know. I haven't met her. I don't know her name, but I know I
She
have a
might be in
sister.
Germany. Go find her.
No, actually, I'm pretty sure she's in Florida.
Oh,
So-
yes.
Then after
Like
he
on
was
land.
born, me and Connor came along. Then there's like an adoptive sister that my mom kind of looked after, whose name was Marcy. So she kind of came in the picture as family. Then Raven and Cody came along, and then Dad moved out to California, and then had the most recent member, Valetti. So now we're just massive.
That is massive. That is
Him is gonna have to try to remember
That
names.
has-
Oh, you
that
can't
has,
even say
like-
his full name.
That has a mixture of biological and adoptive and stuff like that, right? And then you have a lot of adopted siblings.
4.
So that's, I mean, families come in lots of different ways, right?
Yep, they even come in a Pizza Hut delivery box.
Sometimes you're not even.
You keep them getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you're not even like a fan. Like I have
I don't even know
I have a
half the
niece.
cousins I even know.
I have a niece who
I know 5% of my cousins.
a specific low number. So
Yeah.
I have a niece, and she her father is my half brother, so she's my quarter
Half.
niece. Doesn't matter.
Kind of like how Greg's my really longly related nephew.
Sure. But anyway, but her father, my half brother, and her mother, when she was like, she's 12 now, but when she was growing up, she's 13 now. Oh God, that's the year. No, but when she was like in her developmental years and all that stuff, her father and mother were in and out of jail all the time, so they couldn't actually like take care of her or anything. So she stayed with her grandfather, my dad, and technically Sarah's aunt, because they're married, but don't even think about that for too long. I said don't.
Too late.
He's gone
Anyway,
too
so
far.
she stayed with them. So her family at the time
Was them.
was her grandparents. So there was like the gap there. You know, the parents weren't in the picture, but the grandparents were.
Kind of like
And now she's staying with
Moved
my
out.
other half brother. so, and his family. So he's married, and they have a daughter, who calls her, technically her cousin, her sister, more often than not, because she's young and doesn't quite have that.
Understand.
Yeah, doesn't quite have that disconnect. So it's a very interesting relationship there, and the whole dynamic is kind of weird. But so that's what she has as a family. And then you, like you were talking about, you have extended family. You've got aunts, you've got uncles, you've got cousins, you've got second cousins, you've got great aunts, you've got great grandparents, you've got all these things that eventually we just add great to, and somehow it's
I don't even know if I
great,
call them
great,
great.
grandpa.
Just
And you,
average.
and you
Not
got
great.
people who can be like, yeah, it's my third cousin
Twice removed.
on my mother's side or something like that. You got all this-
Third
On
cousin,
my mother's
twice removed on
cousin's
my
brother's
mom's
sister's
I
side.
know two of my third cousins. They're black.
So it's just very the whole thing about family is very interesting. It's not just mother, father, child, or children. It's not that anymore. It at one point it was that, but
It's pretty much just now.
actually at
child
one
and
point you
caregiver.
think Adam and Eve, it was Adam and then Adam's rib and then children. So,
So we're part rib.
so you've got this whole thing that family denotes is kind of crazy and stuff.
No
Well,
wonder men have an obsession with them.
I have a definition for you. Just for fun.
Webster.
Does anyone want to fill out stuff?
I
No.
don't have a pen with me.
I have a pen.
I have a blood.
He's trying.
Okay, I'll fill something out.
You don't have to. I just happen to have two. I have two of them. So they're right here. You don't have to fill both of them out because that would be redundant.
No, I'll
No.
give it to someone else.
Who, who wants the second one? Anybody?
I'm not filling it out.
Oh, here's the
No.
pen too, by the way.
Oh, good.
And just for fun, because you probably want it here, you can have this hard surface to write on. Don't look in there. It's all my private. I'm kidding. It's just my songs. Anybody else want it? Going once?
I got a song.
I'm just gonna put it right here. Anybody wants it? Just sneak up. Take it. All right. So we've got, and don't try to fill it out without my help. I know you're a smart kid, but
Oh, I know.
listen, I have notes.
I'm capitalized. Capitalism.
He's triggered.
No. So church, right? It says. I should probably look it up.
Capitalism?
Church. It's right here. Church. Is a noun.
No.
And it says often capitalized for the first definition because the way that we're talking about is when you talk about a church, lowercase, it's talking about a building. But in this sense, we're talking about the church because we're talking about the group of people. So it's a body or organization of religious believers.
Yeah.
Such as the whole body of the Christian